Starting or mine?
No, you can start. We can go.
Hey everyone! Welcome to Arrow, Beyond Arrow. This is our first rewind show. I hope everybody watched it with us this morning or this weekend. Of course, after you watch Sharknado 2. uh, well, from the beginning, it was action-packed, right?
It was.
Running through the woods. I mean, this is the start of it all.
Yep.
Are you thinking about watching it?
Yep. Yeah, I've always liked Arrow from the get-go, but I always enjoyed the pilot. Rewatching it again was great. And seeing like characters that have gone and you now know what has happened, transpired since then, it's really fun to look at. It's like, get ready, just like fasten your seatbelts.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, Oliver Queen comes back from the dead and somehow miraculously is normal. Or so he thinks is normal. What did you guys think of seeing Ollie so not Arrow yet?
When I first saw him, I didn't know really what to make of him at first. You know, when you first see him when you first see him on the screen, it was like, okay. I mean, we all know about Green Arrow, but I really like Ollie. Like, I liked him from the get-go. Like, he was, there was just something, there's something really cool to me about, I like a hot playboy. Who doesn't like a hot playboy? He's kind of he has a gold heart, with a heart of gold.
He kind of reminded me of JFK Jr.
Didn't he? That's a good point. I never even thought of that comparison, but yeah, he was really taking it. He seemed like he was a lot of fun, and seeing those, even though it's only 3 years, but seeing those brought back a lot of memories. I really like those flashbacks.
I didn't like seeing him all distraught over Laurel, though. I didn't like him with her.
Well, I know. You know what? It was weird seeing Katie Cassidy. I forgot that she had brown hair, that she had darker hair.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and I'm like, why does she look so much? Oh my goodness, it's Katie Cassidy. But I didn't like trying to adjust my head with my hair. Yeah, I never dug him with Laurel. I liked him with Sarah though. I thought that was funny, even though it was a betrayal. He was playing both of them because he's the playboy that he is.
Yeah, it kind of comes with playboy territory.
Yeah, yep. I agree.
Sorry. I just wanted to say, I felt bad for him because he felt, he had a lot of remorse for what he did, and he did say, no matter how many times he apologized to Laurel, it was not enough.
No, it wasn't. I agree. I think that he came back definitely a changed person.
Yeah, and I felt she came down on him pretty hard, but, I mean, we get that way. But he made up for it.
Yeah, he did in more ways than one, as we know now. But I get where she was coming from. Thought her sister was dead, and I'm sure she had definitely a lot of answers and a lot of questions. I mean, rather, and And you know, in light of what happened and what they found out initially, I get where she was coming from a little bit. You know, I would be, if somebody was gone that I loved for like 5 years and you found out that they were with your sister's also has perished. I would feel like I would kind of act a little bit like I would act like her. To an extent.
Yeah, I just feel like he's better.
I do too. I mean, I don't care for him with Laurel, to be honest. I'm so glad about Felicity. It's just like, and I know we're not there yet, but I'm just saying. I think that Laurel is in his past. That it died 5 years prior.
Yeah.
And that was his past. Sarah, his relationship with Sarah was his past. It doesn't affect what he is now. I think he tried to revisit it to add probably some closure. Realized it wasn't going to work out.
Yeah. I hear your dog.
Oh, there she goes. There he goes. Hello, Bello.
Say hello. He's shy now.
I was going to say, not today. Not like Friday.
I think that Ollie was right in saying that they shouldn't get back together.
100% right. 100% right. I like you, Dory. I'm like, you know what? No, it wouldn't work out because that was in his past. He needs to move on. I didn't think that it would work out from the get go. I was glad that he told her that.
One thing that I like is seeing the flashback scenes again, like from the beginning, like that.
Yeah. Maybe now that, you know, they're going to have some answers. Well, Sarah's alive, so I don't know.
Whenever his best friend came about, what's his name again? I forget.
I forgot what it was, too.
Tommy.
Tommy, that's it, Tommy.
No,
I'm actually watching it right now. It's on mute.
It was nice seeing him again.
Wasn't it? And I am a huge Diggle fan, as people know. It was so cool to see the introduction of John Diggle. And how he just like always read Ollie from the get-go. He was just like, he wasn't having any of Oliver's crap.
They both read each other. Ollie was looking for a partner, and he got, but that's later. Sorry.
Yeah. I agree with you. But he didn't take crap from Ollie from the get-go. Like when Ollie started to disappear, that was so funny in the limo. He's like, "You're gonna drive me," and all of a sudden he turns around and is like, "Poof, be gone." Diggle's like, "You ass." He's like, "Don't you ever do that again."
I know, but I think Ollie liked that too.
He did.
I think it was also like a test for him too. Like, can he really trust this guy?
Yep, I agree. It was a test. I think it was too. I'm looking back on stuff, but can we just talk about this? Maybe a shallow moment because we're all females, but can we talk about him training just a little bit? Ollie training.
That was nice.
That was nice. I was gonna say that was quite amazing.
Oh yeah.
The training. I was like, "Hello, six packs." 8 packs, 12 packs. How you doing? And I love that scene where they were those apples or those balls. I was trying to remember where he threw them up and all of a sudden he hit every single last one of them. And I was like yes.
Tennis balls.
Yeah, tennis balls. That's what they were. I was like yes. I'm like Ollie's king. Like so hot, Ollie.
That's the reason why I love superhero shows.
Me too.
Motivated. I mean, yeah, you could see them shirtless. That's one thing. Another good thing. But I just feel more motivated when you see stuff like that. How they excel with those kind of things. I'm just like
exactly.
Okay.
And also, what I love about it too is how you get to see, especially with these TV shows, because in movies you don't get to see it that much. With their alter egos. Their alter egos get very fleshed out. And in this case, with with Oliver, we see his human side. With that, of course, you see that tough, hot, sexy exterior. But there lies, guy like everybody else who can do amazing things, but he has flaws and he has feelings and he hurts like we do and he feels things and swoonage, as I call it, swoon worthy, as we call it in the romance genre, swoon worthy.
I like that because every time I think of swooning, I'm like, oh,
No, well, I don't know. For me, yeah, no, I don't do that. I think today was a swoon worthy when I was rewatching it, seeing the workout stuff. I was like, swoon worthy. How about that? And plus, that was also I was probably drooling also. Probably wiping the drool off. Elicity is swoonage, pure swoonage.
It's weird.
I'm sorry. Can I? Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I just said it.
I didn't even hear you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All I said was it was weird not seeing Felicity.
Wasn't it?
I know. It was like she was just a special guest or something.
I know. I was like, "Where's Felicity?" And I'm like, she's not in this first season. What are you talking about? Or first episodes. And then first couple episodes. I'm like, she's not there. I was like,
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, Toni.
No, it's no problem. I just wanted to say, ironically, I keep my phone by me, and Stephen Amell just tweeted saying something like, "Don't tweet me, show me." And here was something that was attached to his tweet. We all know that, or I don't know if anybody all knows, Stephen Amell, as the Arrow, will be on WWE SummerSlam. Is that what it's called?
SummerSlam. Yes.
And he was replying this tweet to Stardust. Stardust writes rumors. Stephen
let that
Amell
happen.
In my lair.
Oh, I just saw this. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Stardust.
So he might be on Raw too.
Yeah, I bet money. I think Raw is on now, if I'm not mistaken. So, is Steven still filming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in New York? Because I do believe Raw is in New York tonight. I think.
That makes sense.
So, so if he's saying rumors, Mellywood is in my lair, I bet money. I wonder if Amell is in New York. I wonder if he's around. Oh, hang on a second. Mellywood hosting Raw. Wait, I'm just looking at a tweet from Dash Wilder. Mellywood hosting WWE Raw Long Island tonight. Let me know if you need someone to step in for Diggle. I won't fail. He's at the Nassau Coliseum?
Oh.
Why am I not in Long Island? Son of a...
Okay, I have it on now. I'm not seeing anything yet except for like their flashbacks.
Yeah, I didn't put the TV on. I'm sure that he'll be on. If he's on, he'll probably be. They usually put on their guests like the second hour. They have 3 hours. They're on until like 11 o'clock. I haven't watched Raw in forever since the Shield broke up. We have a person at the Indie Geek who covers WWE. Her name is Donna. So.
Aw. I want to thank Bella May for taking my spot for
I know, I saw that. I was like, thank you, Bella. She's a great placeholder, and she did great. She's awesome.
Oh, okay, since we brought up about Tommy.
Right.
No Playboy. He's still himself. Like, I loved how they, got to see each other again and everything. And Ollie, still went out and did some things, but Tommy noticed the change. Everybody that Oliver went in contact with all noticed the change. They're like brothers. They're like brothers, but Tommy kind of, in my opinion, I think Tommy felt lost, even though his best friend came back from the dead.
Right.
But he's still kind of lost because Ollie was different.
Ollie's different, right. He's not the same person that he was. He couldn't be the same person after going through that. You know what I thought was cool? Seeing Ollie's mom again. How crazy was that? I'm like, you, B-I-T-C-H.
What about Ollie's mom?
Yeah.
I don't want to jump ahead. Yeah, that was episode 1.
That was episode 1 when yes. Yep. And then we discovered that she's seeing the CFO.
No, I mean, like, remember when it was still in episode 1, Tommy and Ollie walked into the alley to get to Tommy's car?
Right, and they were attacked. Right, and we learned at the end that it was his mother, his mom's is behind the whole thing.
Yes, I was just floored by that.
Me too.
I don't know I can't remember if that was in the comic book version or not.
I don't know, and I don't know where Tori went first. Tori went away for a second, and she'll be back in a minute. But I think she may know. I don't know if that was in the comics.
Because in Smallville's version, like,
didn't both of them die?
Yeah, in a like the same incident, but the boating accident.
Right, and I thought in like lore, Arrow lore, if I'm not mistaken, both of them were dead.
Yes.
He was on the boat too on the Smallville version. He was on the boat. He survived.
Right.
And his parents died.
Right. Tori, we were talking about Ollie's mom in Arrow, the first episode. How we clearly know she's behind everything. That happens in the first episode. If I understand right, was it and Toni and I were talking, didn't both parents die in Arrow lore, or was it just his father? Because I thought, like Toni and I thought that it was that it was both of them initially.
It was just his father.
It was just his father. Okay. In comics, I guess in the comics it was just as bad. Well, now.
Yeah. It's sad that I know that.
No, it's good that you know that. It's good that.
So it was just his dad.
Okay.
Okay, because we were bringing up about the Smallville's version too when they brought the Arrow character in on that. And Ollie said, who was played by
Justin Hartley.
Yeah, that they were all on the boat. The parents died. He survived. He was just a kid.
And in the character, in Justin Hartley's character, the parents were killed by Lex's father, as it turns out, in the Smallville version. They was killed by Lex's father.
I just chased my boyfriend off. He's like, I don't want to listen to another one of your podcasts.
Bye. No.
Oh, you never saw it?
He claims he'll be
You didn't
back.
see the Smallville?
What did you say, Tony?
You didn't. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Really?
Yeah. I even turned the volume up on your.
How about now?
Okay, much better. I wasn't sure if you said you never saw the Smallville episodes.
Yeah, I never watched Smallville.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
It's okay. It was just a little before my geeky time.
Oh, they used to replay it on TNT every day between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning, and I used to watch it when I would get ready for work. But I think it's on early in the morning now. That is such a good show.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on at 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah. And, here's a fun fact. Say Hartley, when Arrow was announced, he came very close to he came very close to getting that. Because they were going to initially do an Arrow spinoff. And he came really close to getting that. So I don't know, somehow or another it just didn't work out. Or they didn't want, maybe I think too, I guess they wanted a new actor because of how they were introducing the new lore for Arrow. Kind of to make it go with the comics. But they were gonna get Justin Hartley for that.
I thought I read that somewhere. This was back when Smallville was like on the air when it was WB and then the CW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came very close to getting the this actual Arrow role. I'm like, how would they explain if they did that, which is great, and I love Justin Hartley. I loved his portrayal of Arrow.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it a lot. But I'm like, how were they going to explain? And I was a huge Chloe fan. But you know what? Him being with Chloe almost matched him with Ollie and Felicity have now.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if they would have brought Allison Mack in. Which she's amazing. I just watched her on American Odyssey last night.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember what show she was on currently.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's just starting. I just think she just started on American Odyssey. She did after Smallville. She does a lot of stage. She actually was here in upstate New York. She was by me like maybe 2 or 3 months ago in a theater workshop. She looked great. I was like, oh my god, if I had known she was doing theater, I would have gone. I heard about it like after the fact.
Aw.
I know. I'm like,
I think she did some directing too, from what I've read on Wikipedia.
Yeah, she has done a bunch of directing, a bunch of it. Yeah, she's done a bunch of it. I think they all have. Justin Hartley has. Michael Rosenbaum definitely has. Also.
Oh yeah. Oh, the one that plays Lois.
Erica Durant.
Yes, she's done a lot of directing and production work.
Yeah, that show that she has. I don't know if it's still on. That That was a hit show in Canada. That Saving. I forget what the name of it is. I'll have to pull it up. But she did a bunch of directing, and Justin's done a ton of it. And Tom Welling, I was like, dude, I wish he'd come back to TV. I know he's kind of semi-retired and enjoying himself, but dude.
Tom Welling?
Yeah.
Well, we did talk about that on one of our webcasts.
Predictions with Smallville?
That he may be popping in. They're trying to pop Superman.
They're trying to pop. Yeah, they are. There's a huge rumor with that. And they're trying to do it also because the Supergirl lore looks like, from what I understand, it's gonna match Arrow and the Flash in Legends of Tomorrow. So if this is the case, because Greg Berlanti, who produces all of these shows, is behind it, and they're trying to get Tom Welling back in some way, shape, or form as Superman, from what I gather.
That would be cool, yeah.
It would be cool, and he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be in all the episodes because it's not really. We all know his story at this point. We know who Clark is, so he can definitely. At this point, it's time. It would be great to see Tom Welling as an older now Superman or an older Clark Kent, because it's been a few years now. It would be great to see him. It would be great to see him work with Amel. How awesome would that be?
Yeah, definitely.
Because he definitely knows all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've had pictures together and stuff, so he knows all of them.
Yes, he does.
So that'd be cool.
Well, let's see.
I'm trying to think of something else as well.
I'm excited to see like anything that I missed the first time I watched it.
Did you find anything that you missed?
No, not in the first episode.
Yeah, I always dug, I don't know, his mother. I was just like Tony said, I was just like, when I first saw that and I rewatched it again, just like floored me. I'm like, you're his mother. You're setting up your son. Every time I see that and see her in the first season, I'm like, up until her demise, I'm like, you bitch. Every single time. Like, because at first I'm like, oh, she's a worried mom, and I get where she's coming from, and Ali's giving her a rough time. Stop being so hard on her. She's seeing the CFO. But no, they were in cahoots. I'm like, you bitch, you're setting up your son.
Shady, shady, shady.
Shady, shady. It was nice to see Thea. Like, oh, she's so, oh, like Thea with her long hair.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
My favorite part was when Tommy was trying to tell Ollie, "Do you notice your sister's getting hot?" And immediately Ollie's just looking at him like, "I'm going to kill you right now."
I know. I'm like, the look. Amel does some of the most priceless looks throughout the series, and that look was everything. It was like, you lay a hand on my sister, I'm just gonna literally cut off your hand and anything else.
Yeah.
And Lance, seeing Lance, that was. I'm like, Lance with hair.
Yeah. I forgot he had that hair. Not that there was anything wrong with it.
No, I know.
No, I felt like that came out wrong.
No, I didn't mean for that to come out like it did either. I'm like, Lance with hair. I'm sorry. You know, I was looking at the second episode we're going to talk about next week. You know who's on the second episode? And I'm like, he was on here? What planet was I on? Benny. Ty Olsen.
Yes. Ty Olsen, yeah.
He was an attorney. I was like, oh my goodness, Benny, I forgot you were on here.
Yeah, he was on there. He did a good job too.
Yeah, he was convincing as an attorney. It was cool.
You know what? I remember because he was on Supernatural right when Arrow was coming out, and I got excited when I saw his name in the credits before they showed him, and I said, "What?" I mean, he did a fabulous job playing, whatever, an attorney looking like an executive.
Yeah.
He did a fabulous job. But that just wasn't Ty Olsson to me.
It was bizarre. It was bizarre because I totally forgot that he was in Arrow, and hearing from both the Arrow camps and the Supernatural camps and how close the lots are to each other. I think the lots are right next to one another when they film. So
yeah.
I get where I get how he did how they got the proximity, and probably Ty Olsson has done a ton of roles. So it was weird seeing him like that. I'm like, he's wearing a suit. I don't know if I like him. He kind of looks sexy in a suit. He really looks sexy in this suit, but it's not Benny. I'm thinking, thanks. He's not kicking anybody's ass. Yeah, I don't know. He kind of looks sexy. Like, I don't think I'm right, but he still kind of looks sexy.
But in real life, when I met him at a con, he's baseball cap, T-shirt, flannel shirt, laid back, fun guy. Totally, yes. I keep thinking about, and we spoke about this on Beyond Supernatural with Jen at NJ Con, because she remembered it. I never forget it. I'm walking into the one area of the room where they had the panels, and Ty's in the back, sitting in a little table, doing autographs because all the other rooms were already taken from other events going on, and he's got all the crowd singing. He would sing one verse, and he made them sing.
He seems
just
so
to
cool.
pass the time. He makes cons fun.
Yeah.
Your money is not wasted if you get to meet and greet with him. But unfortunately, he's not with the U.S. creation cons anymore.
Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, I know that they I think because he's doing Continuum right now. I think because he's filming a show right now. I think that's why.
Yeah.
And I think his art is pretty much I don't know. That's a whole other. That's our other show. I don't want to get into that, but that's a whole other thing. But
yeah,
it was cool to see him in Arrow. That's why I was like, oh my goodness. I was dumbing ahead, but I was like, I just had to say Ty Olsson is in Arrow, everybody. And also, speaking of the pilot episode, David Nutter executive produced and directed the pilot episode. He also did that, everybody, with Supernatural. Just as a fun fact for everybody.
He did a fabulous job with this first episode.
That is.
I liked it very much.
Yep. And David Nutter is a great director and a great producer.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
what?
What you were just talking about.
David Nutter?
Yeah, I don't think
David Nutter, he's a producer and a director. He directed the pilot episode, episode 1.
Oh, okay.
And he directed the pilot episode of Supernatural.
Oh.
So just give everybody a fun fact. Because I saw his name on the credits and was like, oh, fun fact, I forgot that. I knew that he had directed some episodes of Arrow, but I forgot it was the pilot. He also did the pilot, too.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, they actually stole him from the Arrow people. Actually, Jensen Ackles makes a joke on it. They stole him. The Arrow people stole him from Supernatural. Jensen talks about that a lot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, it only makes sense now to converge the two shows together, and I hope it happens.
I hope it does too. Are you hearing? Yeah. I hope it happens. Especially in light of this whole darkness crap. The sky's the limit right now. Arrow can converge. Did you hear, speaking of this, talking about spin-offs, Ian Solomire and Paul Wesley were at a con recently, and they asked, how did you want the series to end? They said they wanted the supernatural guys to come in and destroy the vampire diaries. And I said, oh my God, that must happen. I'm like, I so agree with it. And Jensen and Jared have said that how many times? Jensen said it this past weekend at Australia con that they had or whatever. He goes, the perfect ending to the Vampire Diaries, and he said, would be, all you guys see is the taillights of the Impala, and you see me and Jared getting out. That's all you need to see, and they just cut it. I'm like, oh my,
that's a great idea.
That's so a great idea. If they ever in that show, I'm like, here we go. That's funny when those guys talk about
I could never get into the Vampire Diaries. I only watched it when, like, Sebastian Roche was on there.
Right.
And I guess some other special guests were on there.
Right.
I like the originals. I can get in. I
like that. I do like that when I get to watch it. We're talking about these guys because a lot of these stars have crossed over on each other's shows. So
yes.
That's the only reason why I'm bringing this up right now, because it does actually have to do with Arrow, because a lot of them have crossed over. I'm surprised Roche hasn't been on Arrow yet, to be honest. I'm sure that's coming.
Sebastian?
Yeah.
I think he would make the perfect villain on.
He would. That's why I'm surprised he hasn't been on there yet.
I'm sure they'll find something.
Yeah, I'm sure they will too.
Yeah. You hear that, Arrow producers?
Yeah, Arrow producers hire
Roche on.
And, so I don't think Sebastian's in a show right now. Besides, the several reoccurrings, like Originals, General Hospital, Once Upon a Time.
Well, I think he's, back and forth on General Hospital because he was on Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
That sucked. That was short-lived.
Yeah. He was on, he goes back and forth from General Hospital all the time. I think the last time, he was on there last year for, a few months.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure that's, again, another show, and we'll talk about it. But I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a whole mess of crazy in Supernatural.
I want to bring up one thing before we end, because we didn't really get to talk about him too much, is Walter. Yep. I liked Walter from the beginning. And, he loved Ollie like his own son. There were things that Ollie said, especially at the dinner table, but he had total respect for Ollie. I mean, I really liked that guy. And then later down the line, Ollie really turned to liking Walter, and then ended up saving him. But that's later. But I really liked Walter.
Well,
and the poor guy was.
He was. He was. I love the housekeeper too. I loved Ollie's relationships that he had. That was one. And I love his relationship with the housekeeper. That brought back so many memories for me watching that. I'm like, I love that. And you know what I love too about this? The book. He had the list of everyone who had crossed his father. He had the list, and he was going down the list. I mean, knowing what we know now, it's still I still like that he loved his father that much to make a right.
Mm-hmm.
Correct or wrong, to correct or wrong. So, I really just like this first episode.
Yeah, it was a great introduction to the whole thing.
Yeah. That's one of the best pilots, I think, probably, in my view, that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It doesn't get, it's sad because it is like a superhero type of show, and I don't think people give the actors a lot of credit, but in terms of origin stories, this is probably the best one. I think Smallville was another one, a great origin story. This in my view is one of the best ones, and the pilot was one of the best ones that I've ever seen.
Yeah. I guess David Nutter's good at like doing pilots, bringing, I don't know what's the word for it, just making the pilot look really good and enticing, like with Supernatural.
Yeah, I guess I get now why they picked him for it, because he just seems to bring out the best in everybody. And again, he just picked people who, besides Amel, who was he wasn't a total, well, yeah, he was, no one really knew him here. People may have known him, I think he was well known in Canada because he's from Canada. But,
he was known here a little bit because of that show, Queer as Folk.
Yeah, he was in Queer as Folk, right. No, so he was, he was. I forgot that he was in that. I used to watch that all the time. But, he was known here, but that just brought it to a whole nother level. I think Nutter is just good at getting people, and he gets people that from other shows. There were a couple of people that I remember, like Katie. There's the other guy too from Supernatural. He was also, when they did this, he was in season 8 of Supernatural. He was Amelia's father. He was in this first episode.
I don't know about Supernatural.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So he, and that's another thing I like about David Nutter. He gets people who from other shows, and I remember, I remember Jensen saying, Jensen's worked with him a bunch of times on other shows, I do believe. And I think Jensen worked with him on a bunch of stuff. And that's, I guess, one of the reasons why Jensen got the job.
Mm-hmm.
Or went through with the pilot, because the pilot was just it was just that good. I don't know, David Nutter just seems to bring out the best in people. Doing a pilot's got to be so crazy, because you're waiting to be picked up. You're trying to gel with people. Everything has to be just working like a charm. Ultimately a studio head decides whether or not they can greenlight it. But David Nutter seems to be the person who can get the job done. Him and Guy B. Directs a whole batch of Arrow episodes, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you get those two on your team, plus Bob Singer's strictly now Supernatural, but definitely like Guy B or John Badham is another one. You get those guys on like both of those shows or like another show, you're almost guaranteed to be picked up, or like a Debbie Allen or somebody like that. It's like guaranteed.
Yeah.
That particular group, they can greenlight a series in like a hot minute.
Yeah. Did I ever mention about a month ago or so? No, this was 2 months ago. I was bored, so I was watching my Austin Powers DVD because I love those movies. I saw in the credits on the first and second movie, I think. In the credits, I can't remember his exact title, but Guy B did work on those movies.
That would
His
not.
name.
I wonder what did. That's. Why doesn't that surprise me? I was looking at a few months ago, right when oh gosh, was it that There's No Place Like Home was on the Supernatural, and John Badham directed it, and there was a John Badham movie on. And I think it was like Michael J. Fox was in it or something like that. It was just, I was flipping through the channels, and I'm like, gosh, and everybody was just like raving about, the movie, the movie at the time, and I'm like, I remember them, and they were raving about John Badham, and I'm like, well, John Badham's done so much stuff, though. I think he did 15 Minutes, if I'm not mistaken, too, with like De Niro and Ed Burns. I think he did that. That was
okay.
Here, you know what? Let's look at IMDb. 15 Minutes. Hang on. I will look. 15 Minutes. Oh, no, it was John Hirschfeld. Sorry about that. It was John Hirschfeld who did that. But, John Badham directed War Games.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
But still, to have a John Badham work on Arrow and Supernatural, that's like a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yeah. So to me, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But as for Arrow, I just love this first episode.
I do too. I think it was a good start to a strong season. Season 1 is a good season.
I agree.
With all the characters.
Yep. Okay. Where can we find everybody on social media? Toni, we'll start with you tonight.
You can find me on Twitter at drummergirl71.
Okay. Alrighty. And Tory.
You can find me on my Twitter at RushTory, that's Tory. You can find me at my Facebook group, The Infectious Walking Dead. That's facebook.com/group/The Infectious Walking Dead. And you can also find me at my website, www.infectiouswalkingdead.com. And our Instagram is _theinfectious.
All right. And you can find me, my personal Twitter account is BedOfRoses2001. You can find me on the Indie Geeks. And by the way, we are making some huge changes. Should we announce it, Tory?
Yes, let's announce it.
The Indie Geek fairly soon is going to be called the Vixen Geeks. Being that we are a bunch of girls and we like geek culture, why not be badass vixens?
Yeah.
So you guys are hearing this first. Pretty soon we're going to be launching a brand new website. We have a bunch of new contributors if people are seeing their columns and everything. We're going to start to be doing Beyond Arrow and Beyond Supernatural via podcast form. And we're really excited to be doing just a lot of really cool pop culture related items dedicated to females. Who doesn't like a badass chick? And we're signing off here tonight. But everybody, I hope you had a great and safe Memorial Day. If you are in Texas, my sister is, and a bunch of other people that we know live in Texas. They're having a lot of flooding right now. Be safe. Be careful. You guys have a great night. We will see you Thursday for the Indie Geek podcast, and we will see you Friday for Beyond Supernatural. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Good night. Be safe.